Hello and welcome. This tutorial is on tax credits. My name is Jason Van Sickle. I'm president of J. Van Sickle and Company. And I really wanted to put together this tutorial because there's a lot of people that have come to me and just want to understand what tax credits are and whether they can benefit from tax credit programs. So I just want to briefly explain what types of tax credits are typically available, how to navigate through the tax credit programs, and then how do you utilize tax credits? What are these things and how can they benefit you? So let's get started. There's a number of tax credit programs, and these programs come and go. Basically, a tax credit program is an incentive program created by the federal government and sometimes state governments to get people to do certain things. For instance, there's been in the past a new home buyer's tax credit or a home buyer tax credit. When the economy slumped and people weren't buying and selling houses as much, the government came out with a tax credit and said, hey, if you buy a house, if you're a first-time home buyer and you go buy a house, we will give you an $8,000 tax credit to reward you for doing that because we want to stimulate people to buy houses. So that's one example. There's also energy efficiency credits, and these tax credit programs come and go. They're government programs. Sometimes the government feels like they've got the money to do the programs. Sometimes they don't. So you'll have to check and do your own research and see if these programs are still around and to what capacity. Or you can check jvansickleandcompany.com. We've got more information on a number of programs there. So another example is energy efficiency. Replace your old furnace with the newer efficient one. Put in new windows and storm windows in your house to make it more energy efficient. The government's given tax credits for that in the past. Historic preservation. You own a historic building or you're thinking of buying one or renovating it. There's a long-term program that's been in place at the federal level. A lot of states have incentive programs too where you can get tax credits for rehabilitating historic properties. Affordable housing tax credits. This is different than buying a home. This is like for people who own or are developing rental properties. And in return for saying we'll keep this certain number of units in our apartment complex available to people at lower income levels, you can earn income or tax credits. So that's just an example of some tax credit programs. Really the key is you ought to do some research, because whether you're involved in a business, whether you're involved in real estate development, whether you're an individual homeowner or whatever the situation may be, it's likely there's a program out there that could benefit you. So again, go to J. Van Sickle and Company. We've got a good list of programs that are available out there through tax credits, or just do your own Google search and your own research. But the key is find a program that benefits you in the activity you're currently doing or planning to do. So what do you do if you find a program that you can utilize, a tax credit program? Well, you're going to have to navigate the requirements of the program. Again, these are government programs. It's bureaucracy, so there's a lot of paperwork typically. It's very complicated. You've got to be very careful to meet all their specific requirements. So my recommendation is usually say, get an expert to help out. Find somebody that knows about these programs, has had experience with them, so you're not trying to reinvent the wheel. Your time is worth money. Don't throw your time away. Spend a modest amount to get somebody that can really help you out, because you're going to have to comply. You can get in these situations where you do something that you think you're going to get tax credits for, and if you're not very careful in following all the steps you need to follow and doing all the things you need to do, you may not get as much in tax credits as you thought, or you may not get any. So compliance is really important. So what happens when you get the tax credits? What are they? What can they be used for? Well, tax credits are credits that you get towards paying your taxes. So let's say you do a real estate project and it's a historic preservation project and you get some tax credits. Now you can use those credits to pay your taxes. It's like having a savings account with the federal government. Each credit is actually worth $1 towards paying your taxes. And so it's not like when you donate things to charity and then that reduces the amount of your income that's taxed. That's called a reduction of your basis. And that's actually saying, for simplification purposes, let's say somebody made $100 one year, they donated $10 worth of things to the Salvation Army, handed over the receipts to their accountant. Their accountant says, okay, well then you're only going to be taxed on $90 of your income because we deducted those tax deductible contributions. It's different with the tax credits, because with those you figure what your taxes are owed for the year, then you apply those to actually paying the taxes off. But, like everything with the government, it wants some money from you in one way, shape, or form. So you should just know that there are minimum taxes you'll be required to pay before you can have these credits kicked in, but they are a great thing to have because in many situations where you have tax credits, you can use them not only for the year that you earn them, but they'll let you carry them forward multiple years, sometimes up to 10 years, and they'll let you carry them back sometimes 1, 2, or more years, meaning you can go back and refile your taxes, apply the tax credits, and get a rebate. Wonderful situation to be in. So I hope that's helpful in giving you a general overview of the tax credit programs that are available. Again, for more information, go to jvansickleandcompany.com or check out one of our other tutorials on specific programs that are available. Thank you.